Hello and welcome to the embouchure section of this website. Today we'll be learning how to form the proper euphonium embouchure, some slight differences between the trumpet embouchure and the euphonium embouchure, how to buzz on the mouthpiece, and eventually how to make a sound on the instrument. So, to start, let's begin with the basic embouchure formation. Much like the trumpet, you're going to do the same M sound. So you're going to start with kind of an O sound to bring the lips forward, to tighten up the corners. Then you're going to make the M sound like you just smelled some fresh baked cookies and went mmm. And it should have a very relaxed look, almost like a deadpan look on your face, which I do very well. And the corners will remain firm, while the center will remain relaxed, allowing a buzz in the middle. So, begin with the O, then the M, and then buzz in the center. So one more time, that's O, M. That creates that buzz in the middle, which is the foundation of our sound. Now, the difference between the trumpet embouchure and the euphonium embouchure is going to feel much more relaxed in the center because you're going to have to play much lower on the instrument than you would in the trumpet. The trumpet's going to feel a lot tighter than the euphonium, which is going to feel much more relaxed. So, let's bring the mouthpiece into play. I'm going to start with the mouthpiece. Grip it by the shank with only 3 fingers. You don't want a big tight grip on here. Force the mouthpiece onto your face. You don't need to push it through the back of your teeth. Just need a little bit of pressure like when you're going to play. Because if you play with too much pressure, it's going to create all kinds of problems. So, I'm going to start with our same OM. Then add the mouthpiece and buzz. See, that's a nice solid buzz sound. Again, feels much more relaxed and looser than what you have with the trumpet embouchure. So, now that we've got a buzz on the mouthpiece, you need to add the instrument. So you take your euphonium, take the mouthpiece, put it into the receiver, give it a little twist. It's on there good and secure. All right, now we're going to play the same exact feeling, same exact pressure. So OM. Again, it feels much more relaxed, like you're playing in the very low end of the trumpet and you're only playing in the middle register of the euphonium. Alright, so some problems that might happen with your embouchure. One thing you need to make sure is that your embouchure is centered nice and 50-50. 50% top, 50% bottom. You don't want it too high, you don't want it too low, you want it right in the middle. Alright, if you're playing too high or too low, you're going to be playing into the cup part instead of through the aperture of the instrument. You want the whole of your lips to line up with the whole of the mouthpiece. That way the airflow is nice and clear through the mouthpiece. If you're playing into the top, you're going to get a thinner sound, there's going to be resistance, and it's going to be harder to play. We don't want that. Now, some problems you may have with your sound, or you might have kind of a pinched sound. What I'm doing right there is I'm putting way too much pressure on my lips and it gets that thinner, more pinched sound. What you're going to want to do is just relax the center, try to get as much air into the instrument as you can. That's how you develop a good tone, is you're putting a lot of air into the instrument. If you're too tight, you're choking off that air. So just relax the center a little. And it really opens up the sound. Next one, sometimes you get a fuzzy sound in your embouchure. That's caused by there being too much space between the lips. Your embouchure isn't firm enough, the lips aren't vibrating efficiently, and it creates kind of a fuzzy tone. Alright, right there I'm just way too loose, so just firm up the center a little bit. Do these little adjustments at a time and see the difference that they make in your sound. Next is sometimes you're playing sharp in the high register or flat in the low register. Those are 2 separate problems that are related. If you're continually playing sharp in the high register, you just have way too much tension in your embouchure. Alright, a very pinched, tight sound in the high register. That's just you're putting too much pressure. Relax a little bit. Again, you want to get as much air into the instrument as possible to create a better tone. Same with the low register. The low register is going flat, you're too loose. Alright, way too loose, not even able to maintain a buzz because the lips are too spread. So a little bit firmer on your embouchure in the low register, and make sure that you're creating a nice full sound. Alright, nice bigger sound there. All I did was firm up just a little bit at the center. Next problem could be in the high register or in the low register, you're having just issues making the notes sound. That can be mouthpiece placement. If you're having trouble even getting the notes to sound in the high register, your mouthpiece could be too low. On the converse side, if you're playing in the low register and having trouble getting those notes to sound out, your mouthpiece might be too high. So make sure that mouthpiece is staying nice and centered 50-50. You should have a good sound over the entire range of the instrument. So those are some basics on the embouchure. Hopefully you're on your way to playing the euphonium now.